Why many people are turning from the faith? You have to understand one of the main reasons why many people turn from the faith is due to the fact is that they didn't get what they were expecting walking with God. Like a lot of people throughout their lives, right? They come into this walk with God. They were having certain expectations about what God was going to do for them, about God doing something for them, right? And it might not have been in God's will about what they were supposed to, about what in their mind they thought was supposed to happen. And some people they get mad, they get frustrated. Some people they get mad at God because they didn't get their desires, because they didn't get their wish. And this is why many people turn from God. This is why many people they turn back to the world. They denounce the faith. And people be talk about, oh, I used to be a Christian. Oh, I used to be in the kingdom. Oh, I grew up as a Christian I grew up in a Christian household. We have to understand, you might have grown up in a Christian household. You might have tried to follow God. But here's the difference, right? Your heart was never in it. Listen, y'all, let me tell you something. When your heart is really in it for something, this is not just about following God. When your heart is really in it for something, right? You're not just going to give up so easy. You're not just going to give up on what your heart is in, right? I'll give you an example. People who love to go out and party, right? They're not just going to stop partying just because one person at the party was mean mugging them. Just because one person at the party was staring them up and down. Was looking at them like, who is that? Who is she? Who is he? People love to sin. They're not going to stop sinning just because someone has made a slight remark at them. People love to go to a club. They're not going to stop going to a club just because there was somebody who kept staring at them because somebody was making some comments about them. Look at all these things happening in the clubs and all these parties. People be getting shot, fights be breaking out, people be getting drunk, all these things be happening. And guess what? People still risk going to those places. People still risk going to those demonic environments. So, you see, when your heart is really in it for something, it doesn't matter how bad the environment may seem, people will still gravitate towards that place. Even if it's bad, even if it's just strictly of the enemy, people will still gravitate there. So the fact that you gave up on God so easy, just because, oh, you experienced church hurt, oh, these people, they hurt my feelings, oh, these people, they just did me so wrong, oh, they're just so mean. It shows me that your heart was never really in this for God from the beginning. Your own mouth is telling on you whether you regardless if you see it or not. Your own heart is showing you. Like the Bible says, a person's words reveals the abundance of their heart. What a person has in their heart shows. Some people they think that just because they ask God for something, they're supposed to get it. Some people think that just because they come into this walk with God, that it's supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be preaches and creams because some of these churches they don't tell you the truth about walking with God. Some of them they make it look like walking with God is so easy that it's just peaches and creams. They make it look like walking with God is just so easy and you're just gonna come in this, you're just gonna get blessed left and right. They don't tell you that you're gonna face attacks from the enemy. They didn't tell you that coming to this walk with God, that you're gonna sometimes have sleepless nights because you probably in spiritual warfare. They don't tell you that family is gonna turn against you. They don't tell you that friends are gonna turn against you. That you'll be hated for Christ's name's sake, that the whole world could be against you at one point. It would feel like the whole world is against you. They didn't tell you the truth about that. And some people, they come into this walk with God, reality kicks in, and some people don't know how to handle it. So some people, they become bitter, they become mad, they become upset because God probably didn't give them what they wanted, because God probably didn't give them what they're looking for, that God probably has something in store, something else in store for them. And now that's how some people become mad. They become frustrated because they thought that God was supposed to give them something in return for what they were doing. But the understanding is that God's desires, God's will always be different from your will. You might want something very bad, but that might not be what God got in store for you. God might have something in store from you than what you're desiring. You might be a woman, you might want that man in church, but God might be saying, listen, that man who's in church, that's not your husband. I got somebody in store for you. I got somebody else that aligns with my plans for your life. Same thing if you're a man, you might be a man, right? You might be thinking, all right, God, I'm in your kingdom now. I want that woman in church right there. I want that woman down the block. And God might not give you her. That might not be what he got in store for you. And that's why some people, they come mad. That's why some people become bitter. And other reasons, and then one of the main reasons people turn from God as well is because they can't handle their attacks. The enemy will be coming in. They'll be losing certain stuff. They'll be losing certain blessings they had when they were in the world. And they be like, wait a second, how am I following God now and this is just happening to me? How am I following God now and this is just these things just keep attacking? I just keep losing stuff. I just keep facing attacks. Where's God? Why is he allowing this to happen? Why should I follow God anymore? He's allowing this stuff to happen. You be hearing people say this a lot. Oh, where was God when this happened? Where was God when that happened? Where was God when I was facing this? When I lost my job? Where was God when I lost my business? Where was God when my friends turned against me? You be seeing all these excuses come from people, not knowing that in this walk with God, you're going to face trials, you're going to face tribulations. Like, listen, y'all, Job lost so much, and yet he never one time cussed God. Job lost so much, he never one time turned against the Most High God. And guess what? Job ended up getting back more in the end. God blessed him even with more stuff in the end. People be thinking that because they walk with God, this is supposed to be so nice and sweet and peaches and cream 24/7 that the rest of your life is just going to be so great and beautiful. They be acting like you're not going to face no tribulations. And you see, the tribulation is going to really expose a lot of people's hearts. The tribulation is going to really expose who's really in this for God or who's not in this for God. Because people who are not in it for God, the moment they face a little bit of pressure, the moment they face a little bit of a test, a little bit of a trial, they're going to run right away. They're going to bounce. That's why your heart got to be in this for God. Because when your heart is in this, don't matter what you lose. You can lose houses, cars, money. And guess what? You still be looking towards the Most High God. You still be following him. Look at some people who live in third world countries. Look, there's Christians being persecuted in countries like Nigeria, being killed for a faith. And even while they being killed, they still not denouncing God. They dying like how a lot of the disciples died. They going all the way to the end for God, even unto death. Look, y'all, you got some people in some third world countries to where they ain't got nothing. They even got, some of them don't even got a bathroom. Some of them don't even know when their next meal is coming, their next drink. And yet they still praising God. They still following God. While some people over here live in these first world countries like America and Canada and the UK, and they so quick to turn against God. They so quick because they didn't get what they wanted, or because they lost this, or I lost my dad, I lost my car, I lost my job. Where was God? Your problems is nothing compared to some people who live in other countries, who grown up in other environments. And yeah, you that quick to turn on God. I tell you, man, people's hearts, man, your heart, that's what I would say. Your heart gotta be in this for God. Your heart gotta be in this. That's why I would say you can't force somebody into a kingdom of heaven. Because if you try to force somebody into a kingdom of heaven, you know what's gonna happen when they come in? If their heart not really in it, they're just gonna run right back out. Because your heart gotta be in this for God. People whose hearts is not in this, and they come in this walk with God, expecting something, expecting it to be so nice and sweet, expecting blessings 24/7, expecting no tribulations to come. They're gonna be the first to crack. They're gonna be first to run out. They gonna just give them they're gonna be, in a few years you're gonna see them running away from God. You know, this like no different than people who follow trends. Cause now it's trending to say you're a Christian. It's trending to say you following Jesus. Guess what? Will you be following Jesus when you can't pay your light bill? Will you be following Jesus when you might end up losing your car? Will you be following Jesus when your manager comes to you and say, "Hey, I'm writing you up"? Will you be following Jesus when your friends and your family turn against you? It's easy to say you following Jesus when life is easy. When you got your house, you got your car, you got your business, your job. It's easy to say that. But I want to know if you're going to be following Jesus when the tribulations come, when the persecution comes. Or are you going to be following Jesus when he says no? You ask God for that woman down the street as a man, and he says no. You ask Jesus if that man in your church, if you love to marry him, and God say no. Will you be following Jesus then? Oh, you see, when God don't give you what you want, will you be following him then? That's what I want to know. You see, when God says no, when the tribulation and persecution comes, that's going to expose a lot of people's hearts. That's going to really expose who's really in this for God. And a lot of people, their heart not really in it. That's the Bible said in the last days, many will turn from their faith because they was not really in it. And you see, the scripture, Bible prophecy is just proven more and more that the Bible is a real book, that the Bible is reality. Because look, the amount of people that's denouncing Christianity, and you look at how many people denounced it, look at why. Because they either didn't get something, or they lost something, or they faced tribulation and persecution. Listen, y'all, when your heart really in this for God, you stay loyal to God till the end. Just like Job. Real followers of Christ, we in this till the end. And nobody could take us away from God. No family, no friend, because we know God come first before everything. But nevertheless, if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, share it. Have a blessed day.